welcome to yet another edition of We Are Not Here to Please You. Like always, with Rafael Novak and...
You went with the surnames again. What's
Of
wrong with
course
you?
I do, just say your damn name.
I won't.
Not even the first?
No.
Or is it because nobody submitted yet another suggestion?
Yes.
You know what you people did there? Nobody written yet, you make them sad. Why, that was stuff falling down in the background.
Fancy that.
Well,
Anyway, I'm some guy here. With...
also named Arthur.
There are some who call me...
Well, we don't want to say that words because, well, apparently we can't use these words anymore for one simple reason. Because SoundCloud rated us in language clean.
Yeah.
I think that means we can't curse anymore.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, darn. No, but, yeah. By the way, now we are actually finally online. After recording a couple of episodes, we finally managed to throw that shit up on the internet.
Shit, cut fun.
I guess you really want to push our rating here.
Yeah.
No, but I still don't understand it because, well, the process was kind of relatively easy. It was because, well, I need a damn RSS feed so that we can apply for Stitcher to get in there and iTunes. Well, of course they review it and, well, you just give the RSS feed to iTunes and then it just says the name of your podcast and language clean. And I think we said at least a gazillion time any kinds of curse words all over the board. So I don't know in what universe that would be considered clean.
I don't know.
Or like you put it wisely after I told you on the chat, was kind of like, well, I guess we're gonna have to up our game.
Yeah. Can't.
Cock. Now that seemed kind of lame.
Oh well.
Well, we're gonna move forward with that anyway.
That's something to be expected from this program.
Yeah. Well, I think it was kind of interesting since the 5 days it's up. I think like around 42, 45 people actually checked it out, give it a listen.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
And, well, I get the Finnish people that checked it out. It was like 34 listeners from, or listenings to several titles because we uploaded 2 episodes. But, like, from where the fuck come 8 people from the United States? Well, 4 people from Germany I kind of get because, well, I guess I kind of half-forced few people in Germany to listen to it. But the weird part is, on place number 4, which country might be there? I mean, of course, if you think of podcasts and what we are talking about, what's the first country that comes to your mind? And yes, you're right, it's India.
Yeah, that's the one I was going for. Just on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
India, obviously.
Of course, India. I mean, by the way, only 3 people listen from India. And if you
Still,
well,
if you compare that to the number of people living in there,
over 1 billion, I guess. Well, at least we got a few of them.
Yeah.
Well, but they share the same space with Netherlands and Brazil. Short after that, with 2 listeners, Portugal.
Nice.
Yes, we have also, Brazil and Portugal. I guess we're gonna rock India and South America. Hey, and Poland, Switzerland, and Hungary. With each 1 listeners. Let's make the numbers better. No, but what I'm really disappointed of that we only had 1 Canadian listener. I want more Canadians, eh? I like Canadians. They're hilarious. They are just nice, polite people. I want more Canadians.
I think they're probably very sorry right about now for not listening.
We're sorry, eh? We're sorry about that. Oh, no. No, but it kind of... Did you feel also fucking silly in that moment when I wrote you, by the way, our episode goes now online?
It was a strange moment, yes.
I had a really moment of doubt in that moment when it was about to upload on SoundCloud. Do I really want to do that, or there's the cancel button?
Yeah.
I got kind of this really weird feeling in my tummy. I was like, I think I need a shot.
Yeah, unfortunately I was at work, so I wasn't able to do much.
But you had a shot when you come home.
I did.
No, but it's kind of like we're still waiting for responses. Like a couple of people, I think, talked to us about it, liked it more or less. Some people liked it a lot. Some people had criticisms like, you don't have any proper structure. Like, duh, we know that. It's trial and error, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
No, but I got also a really good compliment. It was basically like somebody saying like, hey, you call yourself like, we are not here to please you. Stop pleasing me. What I think, by the way, was a really nice compliment, what you can just ask for.
And that wasn't in the men's bathroom, actually.
No, but in front of the men's bathroom.
So close. Okay.
No, but I'm still curious how it develops over that whole... that we maybe reach 3 more people as soon as we get in iTunes and Stitcher. What might be in like 2 to 4 weeks or so, depending how long the period time is.
Yeah, actually, we will know before you hear this. So it's almost like time travel.
Timey-wimey stuff like Moffat.
Wibbly wobbly. Timey-wimey.
Wimey.
Ball of stuff.
This episode was written by Moffat. Was written by Moffat. I can't talk again. What the fuck? It's like magically, as soon as you turn on that microphone, your whole vocabulary or the ability to speak it all just goes right out of the window for some reason.
That does happen, yes. Is the red light? It kind of boggles your mind.
Yeah, it's almost just
somehow
like,
you can't do anything right.
It's kind of a little bit like, you know, in Men in Black, that's just the mind and razor thing. You know, that turns on and it's just like your mind goes blank for some reason. I mean, we can as much talk like quickly before the episode, like, hey, let's go that and that and that direction and say that. As soon as that red light comes on, it's like, the microphone, blink.
Yeah. Now speak smarty stuff.
Use words. No, but we sure will definitely mention as soon we are on iTunes or Stitcher. We're gonna mention it on here and then hope for the 42 people that listen so far to support us on there as well. We're not asking for... No, wait. We kind of keep asking, like, please listen, please please share, please make other people aware of it.
Yeah, how pathetic are we anyway?
Yeah. No, but we don't have other platform. It's not like that we are celebrities, famous, that we have kind of bigger platform to promote it on. It's really just mouth-to-mouth propaganda. It's kind of basically like, well, if you like it, share it, tell other people. And hopefully people will do that.
Yeah.
I still think the number that we reached in the first 5 days is still quite good and reasonable for when you think of what platform we started out.
Yeah, and considering that no one actually knows who we are or what we do or why they should be in any way interested in what we have to say.
Because we are awesome.
Oh, that's almost like sucking your own dick.
I wish I could do that. But I still would never do that because I know where it's been. No, but I could never do that. By the way, if you do that...
I'm not sure we want to go in that direction, but...
No, but still, only short as note. Like, if you do that, are you stopping before the end or are you finishing? And that's gonna be awkward.
It depends on how naughty you're feeling.
Oh, I'm not sure where this whole thing so far goes. That then again shows like we can make enough outlines up front we want to, but somehow it derates.
Yeah, we have a great outline here, and we're staring at it, and nowhere does it mention autofellatio somehow. But
wait, let me short pencil that one in. But you know who actually sucked his own cock and finished? Kevin Smith. And then he told like that's the reason why he could never actually be gay, because like he came in his own mouth and he was kind of like, well, I felt really awkward. I would never know what to say to the other person afterwards, so I could never do that. He did it once, and that's it. Hi, cat. Yes, we are surrounded by cats because apparently Artu and his better half are basically like the crazy cat people. How many cats do you have?
Just 5.
Just 5.
It's only 5. I mean,
That's ones you know of.
Split that 2 ways, and it's not really that many.
Well, it would be quite brutal because somebody would have a half of a cat.
Yeah.
Just the guts hanging
Yeah.
out.
Should we cut it lengthwise or? Yeah.
Well, I had it actually just cutting it in the middle.
So who gets the ass part? That's
The unlucky person.
That's the big thing.
Well, in the end, it doesn't matter because all the guts just, gonna fall anyway from the ants.
Yeah, they probably won't. Yeah. Probably won't regenerate into another cat or two.
Let me out of the door. Yeah, the cat tries to escape, but no, you're forced to listen to us.
There is no
as
escape. Come on. Come on, fatso.
well. No, but
Bollocks.
well, you're a crazy cat person, and I would love to be the crazy bunny person. I only have 2 bunnies, but I would love to have a gazillion more. And you know what
But
was?
don't they kind of, generate more bunnies?
Well, our little boy is I like to call him in a lovely way numbnuts.
Right.
Well, he was he had a hard time when he grew up. Basically, like Animal Rescue had to step in where he was. So, shit has to be really, really bad before Animal Rescue comes in.
Yeah.
Well, then...
And this was where? In Finland or?
Actually, yeah, somebody imported him from Germany to Finland, and in Finland, the Animal Rescue fetched that bunny then.
Okay.
Then a family adopted this with a female bunny.
Yeah.
And, well, they decided after 3-4 months, like, no, we can't have them, and just put them to a pet store.
Right.
That the pet store actually just make the deal, like, you can't buy them separately. And it was also a good deal because the cage came with it, the toys and everything. And it was kind of like, well, I buy them 2 together because the male one, Ozzy, which numbered from the Animal Rescue, I have tattooed on my wrist, what he has tattooed in his ears.
Right.
Little grumpy bastard, I love him. No, but he's so overprotective of the female bunny, Zoe. But the female bunny is kind of like basically triple the size of him. So that's kind of why it did. So I said he's not aggressive. He would never bite you, but he's just super protective. So we
Of the big girl.
yeah, definitely. It's well, they love each other. So no, but then well, we bought them, and well, he had always, like I said, like a hard time. So. And well, yeah, my point was why I told that story. I was like, well, Animal Rescue, they cut off your balls, so he doesn't have balls, so they can't reproduce. I kind of derailed on that one really quickly because I kind of think the story of the background is kind of pretty sad. I look at them and I think like I could never give you away, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Once Ozzy dies, and what might be most likely the next year, 1.5 years, because it's the maximum lifespan, I'm gonna cry like a little bitch. It's gonna be like, Tia, take care of that. I'm gonna be over here sobbing and crying like a little girl.
Yeah.
No,
That's kind of normal.
Yeah, definitely, especially because you bond so much with them. And also, like, the only reason why I think Tia never agreed that we get more bunnies because we had only the basic cage.
Yeah.
But now we ordered what I like to call the Bunny Palace.
Right.
It's 2 stories high, and on the second story you have a separate ladder that goes into basically a 3rd story little cabin in it.
Okay.
It's like really damn high,
Well,
like it's
sounds
that high.
Yeah, you can see on the
Yeah.
on the audio.
Just picture basically I guess you all remember the World War, the last one, like like the Germans like to lift at their arms. Yeah, around that high is the cage. It's fairly high, it's huge. And well, I think I'm trying, damn it, I can't even say that now technically because actually Tia listens to our podcast. But if I talk in that voice, she can't hear it.
Yeah, okay, so tell me.
I'm gonna try to trick her into that we get more bunnies because now we have 2 stories in the cage.
That's clever.
Yeah. No, but I have also to say again, like you remember like how we talked about how shitty the Finnish parcel services and general customer service are. Oh my fucking god! We ordered that thing from Zooplus, but somehow it came in 2 parts. So one part they sent it out with DPD, the German company, came a couple of days after to our doorstep. Perfect.
That's the one we've been using as well.
Yeah,
DPD,
the good one.
Yeah, they phone you beforehand and ask when you're home, when they could deliver it, and
they actually, like, if you say you're home, they actually, like, 3-4 minutes after that, actually ringing your door.
Yeah, that works well.
Well, in that case, they sent it one with that, and the other one, for some reason, I don't know why, with GLS parcel service. And
What the fuck is that anyway? I've
That
never,
is a
I've never heard of it.
that is a company what goes in our category where we need a soundbite for, like, fuck you, GLS. I think we used that a couple of times in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was a day after the DPD package
Yeah.
came to our apartment, and well, in the afternoon came a text message because I was waiting, like, oh my god, where's the second package?
Yeah.
Because, throat problems, I know. Well, we might keep that in or not, we will see, No, but I assumed that it's gonna be basically like that they didn't put it both packages on them.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I didn't know that they gave it to JLS. So I assumed kind of like, well, I guess they don't want the driver to have to carry two packages in a row.
And it's quite normal that they send larger shipments in two parts.
And that they come at like 2 days in a row. Well, a day after, a fucking text message come like, pick that stuff up from the post office. And we looked up the damn code, and it looked like, oh, it came with GLS. And then we looked on their homepage. It's just like, yeah, we delivering to home in the office hours under the week. We called the customer service because I was actually this 2 days from morning to evening actually at home.
Yeah.
Working on some other projects, so didn't even have loud music on or nothing. I would have heard it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, on the phone said, yeah, we have the policy that we under the week don't even try it because usually nobody's at home anyway. What kind of fucking parcel service are you that you take the parcel and give it to the post office so that you have to run to the post office to pick it up?
Oh.
And now comes the kicker, that whole thing. Like I said, it's this 2-story big bunny house of wood.
Yeah, so the
part-
measurements he's kind of pointing out is about 1 meter wide and a couple of meters high, and
What I would say kind of like good
1.5.
50 centimeters depth.
yeah.
So, or more, but it's kind of really fairly large, and everything wood parts. We all know wood is heavy. And that package that came with DPD was just the plastic thing where you put the wood chips in. The heavy, all the wood parts, everything, the metal parts was in the other thing.
Right.
And actually then, like, we kind of told them, like, you bring that shit over here. We ain't gonna pick that up. We actually had no idea how heavy it is at that point. We're kind of like, yeah, but we don't know when we can bring it. And it's like, hey, UK didn't came over, and so on. They're like, okay, we put a hurry on it.
Yeah.
And then it came with Itera.
Oh.
So basically, they outsourced it to another company.
Fuck.
By the way, that poor bastard that had to carry it up the stairs. I could see him just dragging that shit up. And then he puts it in the middle of the door, and I was trying to pick it up for him, and I was like, ugh, what the fuck is that? Are there lead bricks in there? I don't know. Oh, and then I fucking unpacked it, and it was kind of like 3.5 hours till Tia was supposed to come home. And I was like, oh, great. I can put it up, I get it ready to go till Tia comes home, that you can see it as a surprise. Yeah. As it turns out, I love IKEA compared to that. That was the worst instructional menus that I can tell you.
So it wasn't like building Legos?
Not at all. They kind of tried to make in one picture so many steps that... And it didn't work, the 3D perception of it, how they draw it and everything.
Yeah.
It took me a total of 5 hours to put that damn cage up. And, well, I'm a handyman. I know my way around toys. That's how I like to call it, tools. But they're made toys, they are.
Yeah.
And I know my way around it, so I'm usually really good at it. So at some point, I actually started cursing in German. And that's when I'm getting really angry. When I think like English language doesn't express enough my fucking anger. At some point I was just sitting there, verfluchte Scheiße, verdammt, verdammtes Dreckthing. No, but I got so angry, I was just riding to Tia, kind of like, what the fuck, that thing is a piece of shit, I hate it, I just want to fucking burn it to the ground. And she just like, yeah, I read on the internet that it's fucking terrible to build up or to build it together on yourself, and that it's fucking terrible to put together in general. It's like, yeah, fucking no. And she only like, have a shot. Like, sew it. Went to the fridge, had the shot, and then went back on it. I actually was still working on it when she came home.
Yeah. But you finished it then?
I finished it.
Point.
I definitely finished. I didn't let go.
And you didn't have any leftover parts?
Actually, I did have the leftover part.
Obviously, it's a spare.
Yeah, it was a spare because I went like 3 times and over the steps and everything.
Right.
But certain things was kind of inconvenient. I think they didn't process the wood properly.
Okay.
That they maybe took it when it was still too wet, because there was one part that is slightly off kilter.
Yeah.
Because like, well, you know, wood moves.
Yeah.
That kind of bugs me a bit. It's not really visible. You're gonna only see it if you know it.
But that's so annoying when you do something and it doesn't quite go the way you want, and even though you can't really see it, you do know it's there.
It just bugs the shit out of you. You know, here, like, you can't even see that. I know it's there.
Yeah, it's like it's like an achievement, you know, percentage on a game. Like, you're 99.7% done.
Damn!
And you can't do shit with it.
If you want the other 0.3%, play that game through without taking any damage on the hardest level without dying. Plus, make a handstand while you're playing. No, but that was definitely an endeavor. And you know what? They fucking don't use the upstairs. Because it has like...
Right.
It has like kind of a ladder where you can go up to the upstairs, hangout area, you know. I maybe seen them in the last 1.5 weeks, maybe 3 times up there.
Yeah.
That's it. Fucking utilize it.
Well, at least they know that's there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe it just takes a while to get used to.
Oh, by the way, really great. You can actually separate the upper level from the lower level.
Okay.
So if you get new bunnies, before they get used to each other, we can actually at night separate them.
How convenient. I mean, how convenient.
How convenient, right? You can't hear us in that voice.
Yeah.
I so want to have more bunnies. By the way, I had to put our female bunny in the other room, because it's impossible if you do anything on the ground, because she's all over you. Like Tia started to make the sit-ups exercises, and she gets really distracted because suddenly there comes a bunny up. Like I said, the other one is angry. You can't touch him. He just runs away, but he still, you know, he likes you. Yeah. He comes for treats, but please don't touch me. Right. The girl is the opposite. She's like, hi, give me love. Hi, I'm here. And like she was just sitting, laying on the floor to make the sit-up, and then suddenly, of course, like a damn bunny sniffing and poking and licking on her cheek, you know. Like, hi, I'm working out. Yeah. I know, but hi. And like I got so angry also that I just put the bunnies in the other room because I couldn't deal with her. She means good. She's a love bunny. I love her. She's adorable. Yeah. Her hobbies is eating and laying around. That are the 2 things that she likes to do. But in this moment, it's kind of like, I try to get your new house together. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was so funny when the house was ready. The door is not now anymore in the middle of the whole cage. It's now on the right side. The door compared to the old cage. Yeah. So I tried to get the bunnies into the cage. So I was kind of running behind our grumpy male bunny, Ozzy. And then he was like, stomped, of course, and ran. And then was in front of the middle of the cage and looked fucking confused. Kind of like, wait, that's not my cage. There's not a door. What the fuck happened in here? Oh, no, but say, fuck you, GLS.
In conclusion, fuck you.
No, but it was really big endeavor to go through that fucking building experience. Yeah. But of course, my male ego went in the way like, I gonna fucking put it up. It's gonna work, and it did. Yeah. And by the way, also like if you don't have electric tools, you would have been fucked with that one. You know how you usually have kind of pre-drilled holes where you screw stuff in? Yeah. That one didn't. Right. It was really wood parts and just like only a mark where to put the screw.
Right, so not exactly IKEA quality.
Yeah, you actually had also kind of relatively hard time with electric tools because it was relatively hard wood.
Right.
Well, also our accu's kind of on the fridge, so...
yeah.
But,
But anyway, yeah.
I mean, oh my fucking god. I mean, I'm just happy that this is now fucking over. But well, that was my week, rambling around again for fucking... Yeah, I should... Okay, I got the critic from Dia, like, I don't let you talk, I interrupt you. So, I think that's what we maybe call, what happened in your week, or what have you done since the last time? I should come up actually with a good name for this. Like, you know, like a segment where I just let you talk, where I don't interrupt. You know, like R2 time.
This is the R2 hour.
Yeah, Am I really just so angry that I have to complain about stuff for really long? Wait, okay, to my defense, this time I talked a lot about positive bunny stuff.
Yeah.
And by the way, I still think...
And anyway, I'm a Finn. It's normal. I just listen. I looked you in the eye for a couple of seconds at least during the whole rant, and I nodded and I said and all kinds of stuff like that. So that should count as a small talk.
Yeah, it does. For Finnish standards, definitely. That are the Finns. They're just so damn reserved. We one time sat on the riverside and it was just me and a person that is originally from America but lives now in Israel.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like just me and her chatted it up, and well, the Finnish person next to it kind of didn't get the word in because it was just too shy, because he was overthinking, should I say it or should I not? We were just like, because we're not Finnish, simply.
Yeah.
And by the way, only short side note again to the bunnies, I have the theory that they try to take over the world with their cuteness, with their adorability. Nobody suspects them, they're just fucking adorable. And you know what, just for that reason I'm extra nice to our bunnies, because I really hope that they're gonna be the leader. You know, when they just overthrow the human race, that I'm gonna stay have a good place.
So once the bunny nation attacks,
yeah,
you will be in the top collaborator.
I hope so.
Regime.
I got this fucking code written on it. What, by the way, almost looks like a cassette thing if it would be more upper because it's dotted. But I have it in the same dot thing because it's like the exact way he has it. Just an homage. By the way, I'm gonna still expand it. I'm gonna make a heart and then Zoe, because he loves her and she doesn't have a code. So otherwise I would have made it with the code. No, but what has been happening in your week, or what have you done, or how did you spend it, your time? Entertain me. Dance for me, monkey, dance.
Well, I've been going to work and I've been cooking some food and eating the food and then I've gone to bed and woken up and gone to work and...
Okay, I guess by now the listeners are asleep. Did you do anything else? Nothing happened.
Well, actually, I've been catching up on my gaming. Finally, it's been.
Yeah, you told me you haven't gamed in a fucking long time.
It's been.
We had that off microphone, a long conversation about it.
Yeah, for some reason I don't quite know why, but I've been
too much jerking off, playing with yourself, while you're looking at the mirror and touching a nipple with the other hand.
That's probably too exhausted from all the fellatio. Yes, anyway. I've been playing Fallout. The very first one. I never got around to it when it was released originally. It was in the 90s sometime. Huh?
Can you remember the year exactly? Because I know it's beginning 90s. I had it. At least I played it. I'm not
exactly sure, but I would go something with, like, I don't know, 94, 95, something like that. In the middle of 90s, around that time.
Am I remembering right? Was it kind of bloody when you killed somebody? Because I remember just, because it's so many years back, I never revisited as when it came out. It was just in the hallway kind of thing going on, and when then the things show up and you kill them, it was kind of bloody looking. I'm not quite sure. It's been so many years. I mean, 94 is like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. But I've been enjoying it mostly, anyway. I mean, it's obviously a bit dated. The graphics aren't that great. Although I have a
really a 20-year-old game.
Yeah, but well, yeah.
When the PCs had still like 80 megahertz speed.
Yeah.
when you had to buy especially a 3D card to play games because 2D cards was standard.
But then again, I've never been that much, a graphic buff. It's always been more of the
Content.
The immersion and the story and the world and all kinds of stuff like that.
Of course,
And
graphics
the
doesn't hurt, but
no, obviously it doesn't. But
if there's no story, it's just pointless.
It's just a fancy, light show. If there's nothing to it.
Yeah, like that island, I tried it out. It looked nice, the zombie-based game, but I played it like for 10 minutes and it had no material to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I always preferred good old games. Like, what I really miss is the old classical point-and-click adventures, where they really invested so much time and effort into stories. Same as Fallout and System Shock and all these things.
Yeah.
Just quality, just over graphics, just like...
Yeah. But anyway, I've been enjoying Fallout mostly. Obviously, it has some flaws. The UI is not that great, and
don't forget with what resources they had to work with. How many? UI
obviously, yeah, and it's one of the greats, obviously, of the turn-based genre, definitely.
Have you been through that first one yet? Or?
I'm not. I'm guessing I'm about, I don't know, 2/3 or.
How many hours have you put in it?
I can't say. Maybe 20-ish. I've been playing it, during the evening, so I can't really.
Of course,
say,
on and off here.
Yeah. So I can't really say. And it's fucking difficult, You go and have a conversation with someone, and you select a line of dialogue, and then they attack you. And
maybe
then,
you just said again a fucking inappropriate rude thing, as you always do.
And then you usually die, and then you need to reload the game. So you need to be, it's really old school. You're saving and reloading every.
You always have, by the way, to remember to save manually because autosave was no thing back in the day.
No, and definitely there's no tool tips and there's no tutorial. And obviously there are no map markers. Run here, do this stuff, press X now.
Well, but tutorials make kind of sense in the newer games in that sense of
and I like tutorials. If good tutorials is
yeah, because like now you have so many more buttons and functions. Let's be honest, the old games 90s was what top 2 buttons, left click, right click.
Yeah.
That's it, 2 buttons. Don't need a tutorial to tell you click that or click that. Now you have like an average 8 buttons.
Yeah.
And that are not moving, but they're just several action buttons.
Yeah, and even on your typical mouse, there's 4 or 5 clickable bits.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But isn't it kind of nice to go back to that, where it's a bit more simple and just in the operating way.
Yeah.
That your fingers don't have to be all over the keyboard, just over 20 buttons.
Yeah.
And just really concentrate of what matters, a good storyline.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with that game is actually, it's set, if you don't know, it's set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland after a nuclear war.
I think Fallout says it itself.
Yeah, it does kind of have that thing. Heavily, influenced by Mad Max and all kinds of stuff like that.
I fucking love Mad Max.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Thunder Tower.
Yeah. But, you can, find people to join you and take part in your quest. But you can't affect these NPCs. You can give them weapons and armor, but while you're in combat, you can't direct them. They will do their own thing, which means that at some point they will be gunning you down with their SMG because they're trying to hit that super mutant, but accidentally shoot you in the back of the head and you die.
Because you're just in line of fire.
Yes.
And that is the previously mentioned UI.
Yeah.
AI.
AI
UI,
in this point,
yeah.
Well, the UI is not that great and the AI is a bit on the shit as well.
But you can forgive it. Can I side mention another great game from that era? Syndicate. Remember that one?
That one I played when it was new.
Yeah, that was really I mean, the old game you played for
Yeah.
I mean, it was
The
great.
first
It was like this super future mechanical enhancement stuff.
Yeah. Total
Great game.
cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk in the finest scenario before it was cool.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I mean, this whole cyberpunk thing, like, no, there was not even a word for cyberpunk back then. You know? By the way, you know why the hipster burnt his tongue? He drank his coffee before it was cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We might have to cut that one out.
Oh, I probably lost about 10% of my brain cells right now.
I just stumbled over that by accident, and I was like, oh my god, that's so bad, I might have to tell that.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, by the way, if I see something fucked up, like I've seen a GIF where somebody takes just a sheet of paper and just that, but it's a drawing GIF, you know, just put it between your two fingers in the webbing and cuts it, and then it breaks off. And then the close up, and then it moves the fingers and it breaks open the webbing totally. Yes. And I was watching like, oh, that's fucked up, and that like I move on. I was like, I have to share that with the world. That's fucked up.
Great.
No, but like I really like this old games like Fallout, definitely. I even don't remember it well. Somehow Syndicate stuck more in my head for some reason. I always like the no future things, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I like to call it, no future scenario.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a brand new game in the works by the same guy actually who created Fallout, Brian Fargo.
Educate me. Tell me more.
Yeah. He's now creating Wasteland 2. From what I've read, and
I actually haven't heard of Wasteland 1.
What I understand is Wasteland was the basically the first ever of his games that was set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And that was in the very early 90s, or maybe it was even in the late 80s when it came out. And obviously Fallout is at least a spiritual successor to this. Same kind of surroundings.
By the way, welcome to We Are Not Here to Please You. Apparently the game review show this time.
Anyway, yeah, and then it published Fallout and Fallout 2. And
so Wasteland was pre
yeah,
Fallout.
Wasteland was the first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now 20, 30-ish years later, he's going to make Wasteland 2. And there was a Kickstarter project on it, and I backed that one.
How much did you pledge?
I think I put in $60, $70.
What does that one give you?
That gets me a physical copy of the game, and a package with maps and stuff and manuals and whatever.
I would,
because you could have taken part with I think it was $15 that would have gotten you the digital release.
By the way, if I should interrupt you too many times, just slap me.
Yeah, okay.
I try to hold back.
But I didn't know of Wasteland at the time actually, and I hadn't played Fallout.
Is the original Fallout still going for it, or is it already?
It's close already, but he made like a $1,000 million on it.
That's not even a number.
Well, compared to to what he was looking for,
yeah,
it was. I believe it was somewhere around. I'm not gonna name any numbers because I'm gonna get them wrong anyway. But he got like I don't know 3 or 4 times what he was looking for anyway to make that game, and it's looking fucking brilliant. And I'm waiting for it. The beta release is going to be somewhere during this year. I hope that's probably only going to the Kickstarter backers, but
most likely.
Huh?
Most likely.
Yeah, but if it does and I get my hands on it, you will be hearing from me.
I'm gonna be sitting right next to you and definitely give it a look.
Yeah.
Too bad that I won't be able to play it on my PC, because I told you like my setup is my PC is set up as an entertainment system.
Yeah.
And like if you play it, like you get fucking back pain. But that's the reason why I have now my fucking PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I would like to play this kind of shit, but unless it comes now out for PlayStation, I ain't gonna play it because it's just inconvenient. Unless it's Batman. because Batman has own rules.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things like a turn-based combat tactics game.
That you can take a piss without that you have to press pause.
Yeah, and the biggest one of them is definitely Jagged Alliance 2.
Oh my fucking god, I love that so much. But let's be honest, have you ever played it through?
I have.
I haven't. It was fucking difficult. Yeah. I know for some reason I got kind of frustrated at some point, but I still loved it. I think
I played it once, the original one.
Didn't they make a remake now?
There's been, some weird 3D...
I heard about something,
but they've not really caught on. Unfortunately, they look promising, but not really happening. But the mod, the version 1.13, that's just brilliant. It adds so much into it. I can't even go into all of the details, but there's just loads more weapons. It's got you've got covering fire kind of stuff. If you just, spray bullets toward the enemy, they'll hit the ground, and then you can move your own guys without them getting shot and everything. It's pretty close to reality, actually.
I have a brilliant idea, by the way, for a future episode.
Yes.
90s game edition. Where we can really graze on other things. I just want to shorten it up. We can continue in a second. Like, go for things like Monkey Island, Day of the Tentacle, and all these kind of games, just like Grace and that.
Sam and Max hit the road.
Fuck yeah! All-time fucking favorite of mine. But we have to make a 90s game edition.
We'll go there, yes.
Definitely.
Because that was the time when we were still young and life was beautiful and oh dear.
Yeah, a long time ago. Oh, how did they say it in Star Wars? Many years, light years ago. No wait, light years is a distance.
It is actually, yes.
Yeah, just my bad. It happens so easy that you say that, but well, I made at least that knowledge enough to notice so that I just make the mistake.
Yeah, well, they made some mistakes in those films as well, yeah. Like parsecs, which was displayed as a unit of time or speed or whatever.
I think it's in speed.
Yeah, because the Millennium Falcon made the Kessel run in under 3 parsecs.
But you know what? We still love it. We all love us some old Star Wars.
We went a bit sciencey there. But let's just hold our horses for a bit. Yeah. Because one other game actually that I've been playing recently.
Is it Fallout 3?
No. It's actually Primordia, which is by an indie developer, Wormwood Studios, sorry, published by
that name tells me something. Somehow the name comes to my mind.
Yeah, probably. But it's fancy because...
Did they have a rain or something?
I don't know.
Rain. Well, never mind.
Anyway, yeah. Since we're talking about, these 90s style games and whatnot, Primordia it's only been released a couple of years ago, or fairly recently anyway, but still it's modeled after the kind of like pixelated point and click adventures.
So SVGA graphics or VGA? Which one was it? I think it was SVGA already. In the Pixels one.
But it's really made in the vein of the old point and click adventures.
I love them so much. I was addicted to them.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat them as a kid, but I was addicted.
Yeah. And the lovely thing is that it references Fallout very subtly, but it does, because it said
so big sign on the wall, Fallout.
No, actually, fairly early on in the game, you meet up with, well, maybe some background anyway. It said again in a wasteland kind of scenario and situation, and there are no more humans.
Right. Only good for the world.
Yeah, and there are only robots left, and the robots are basically like replicating or
So they're having robot sex. They have sexy robot time. It's sexy robot time.
well,
I can compute that.
Let's interface.
Let's interface.
Anyway, yeah. Well, it's not that fancy though.
So you don't want to talk about sexy robot time?
That might be a segment in our later shows, maybe.
Benno would approve.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the world after humans. The main character is named Horatio, and he's a humanoid robot with a sidekick called Crispin, which is basically a floating head kind of thing. It's almost like Planescape Torment, if you know that one.
Actually, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, well, it's the main character, the first companion he finds is a floating skull. But anyway,
good.
Yeah,
we all love us some floating skulls.
Yeah, the Fallout 1 and 2 are...
Stop, cat. Stop moving on the microphone around.
Fallout 1 and 2 are referenced in Primordia, because you meet up with a robot that's bartering stuff. He's got all kinds of things, and he's willing to exchange them for other things. And what he has is, one of them is a water chip, which is what you set out in the original Fallout to find for the vault.
Ah.
Yeah, and he also has something called...
You forgot to say spoilers for everybody that hasn't... It's only 20 years old.
The game, yeah, and the game starts with you trying to find the water chip, so it's not much of a spoiler if you're going to ever play the game.
I just like to say, like, spoiler, especially when you talk about something that's like 20 years old.
Hey man, I hadn't played that yet. Yeah. And then he has a Gek device, which I believe is in Fallout 2, which is Garden of Eden creation kit or something like that. But anyway...
Why do I have not a song in my head right away? In the Garden of Eden.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fairly nice, a little indie title, which I enjoyed immensely as well.
Well, I have to check it out, because I definitely am a fan of the old traditional point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
Because you really had to use your fucking damn brain. Okay, even...
Yeah, it has really been done in that way. It doesn't give into, the modern kind of... Let me help you there because you seem kind of stuck mentality. You really have to, know what you're doing and try to, combine stuff in your inventory. Okay, this time I definitely
have to interrupt you, because talking about old-timey point and click, where logic never played a sense? Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple of riddles that were so out there that it was kind of like combine this with this and bring it there and then combine that. It made no sense technically. Yeah. But you know what they did? They made the remake where they put it in way better graphics and really cool animation.
I've played that one, yes.
Yeah, and you actually have a button when you press H. It gives you a hint.
Yeah.
So they kind of derailed the whole idea of it.
Uh-huh.
In the remake, that kind of describes where the gaming industry is at. Like, let me help you.
Yeah, it has definitely...
Monkey Island kept you busy for months. Literally for months to figure out shit. It drove you nuts. And you know what? There was no internet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go next to. You can't just go and Google it. What do I need to do because I can't figure out what to put in the fucking slot right here and what to attach to the thing, and then I need to... Yeah.
But you know what I did? I lived next to a shopping center.
Yes.
So I actually literally ran down to the newspaper stand in the shopping center and opening up a gaming magazine in the tips and tricks area, and was hoping they have that thing in there.
Right.
And then you kind of like look at it, read it, like memorize. Let's run fast home before you forget it and try to apply it, because there was no other way to actually... get that, and just for this one trick you didn't want to pay a shitload of money for a magazine.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, that's why it drove you almost nuts, but when you actually beat it at some point, there was such a huge feeling of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Not like, let me help you here. Like, no, you know what, if you can't beat it, like, screw you, fuck you, you are not gonna progress.
Yeah, and I'm seeing it... obviously I've gotten older. I have less free time on my hands, and now that I've been playing for
And hair's growing out of your ears slowly. Don't it?
Yes. Funny that you mentioned that. I've been trying to trim them down.
You couldn't see that, but he just hit his ears.
I'm like a hobbit up there. It's like a hobbit stuck a hairy finger down my ear, and somehow it got infected with hobbitism.
I don't even know what you're saying.
The hairy little fucker.
Yeah, I know. It just sounded so obscure. It was kind of hilarious, just.
Anyway.
No, but the whole thing is kind of like, we all wouldn't mind if that all would in the new games be playing the same, if it would look as good as games nowadays do with really good storylines. Because let's be honest, we are all for progression in technique in general.
Yeah. But I guess it has to do with, they want to be selling more games, then they need to make them a bit easier that people don't get frustrated and go and complain online.
Yeah, just cater for the fucking morons again, just simply.
It's
shit for the masses.
In a way, it's a bit sad that it's become mainstream instead of, being a niche. But what can you do? Nothing.
Support the indie developers.
Yeah. They made funky games.
And kudos to you that you supported then the Wasteland 2 thing. Because everybody should go out, if you really want quality stuff, support the indie makers.
Yeah.
Because they're not catering for maximum profit, they actually have an idea and want to get it made.
It's not the next Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Number whatever.
Which is you the always same, do the same anyway.
Yeah, it's the same game again and again.
Somebody wants to try to tell a story. There's substance behind it. Yeah. So support your local indie person anyway. Yeah. If it's music, movies or games, support the independent scene. Because that are the creative people. And
I have to plug good old games at this point. I might have mentioned them before or maybe not. But anyway, look for
good at games.com.
GOG.com.
GOG.com. Yeah. Okay, GOG.com is the address to go for.
Yeah. And they have loads and loads of old games which have been modified to work on modern Windows, and they are dirt cheap. Down from $10.
Well, that's great, because if they actually work that way so that you don't have to D your way through fucking DOS box and shit that.
Nothing.
It's
just install that thing and
because
run
it's a pain in the ass to do it the other way. So I think that's a fair price. So, and by the way, if you want to sponsor us, if you hear that, we are willing to go for that.
Yeah. But yeah, from science fiction robots to maybe actual robots.
Might be reaching here another segment of Sci-Facts. Yes. And by the way, what do you think of that new intro?
I just died when I heard that.
Yeah, I come on, we took it already over the top the way we started it out. So I think that just hit it on the nail. It's just so over the top and old-timey that I thought well, he's gonna enjoy it, and well, you almost pissed yourself.
That's the way we roll.
Yeah. Wait, in our own pee?
Occasionally, yes.
Yeah. That's a good party night, you mean then? No.
Yes, quite so.
And again, another thanks to our sound guy, Yussi. What we gonna on our blog also gonna then reference, so check his stuff out, support him.
Yeah. But since we are now in Sci-Facts mode,
how you gonna educate me again?
Let's go with the smallest ones first.
What was your penis?
Yes,
I'm science.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
It's the smallest one. But educate me. Education, Arthur.
Yeah. Look at my penis. It's so small. Self-assembling robots.
Wait a second. A robot that assembles itself before it's ready?
Almost.
That's not how it sounds.
I think this will be the prelude to robots that will be building themselves, almost like they do in Primordial.
It sounds for me like Skynet.
It's a bit like that. We have films and books and whatnot telling that man should not be building these kinds of things, but apparently someone at MIT thought that fuck that, I'm building this shit.
We are MIT. We making fancy shit.
Yeah.
Well, we can make fun about it because we could never get into MIT.
Yeah. This is from MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah. At this point, these robots known as M-blocks are only, small cubes. But they don't have any exterior moving parts. But still they can propel themselves forward, jump on top of each other, and snap together to form shapes.
Okay, so independently but make a whole one.
Yeah.
So they are basically the Power Rangers.
Almost. Well,
come on, they assemble. They snap together.
Yeah. Like I said, they're small cubes.
Or Transformers to take it way more back.
Yeah. And they have a flywheel inside them that turns up to 20,000 revolutions per minute. And then there's a brake. And when you brake that flywheel, it will impart an angular momentum on it, which will allow it to move in the direction of the momentum.
Do they have like sexual organs, robot organs?
At this point, no, but they might be able to build a
bet
robo-dick.
But that might come not from MIT, I guess that's gonna come from Japan.
Most likely, yes. And in addition to the flywheel, they have permanent magnets. Magnets are on their surfaces, which allow them to attach to one another. And obviously, at this point, it's all just very,
experimental.
Seeing and testing and whatnot. So they are blocks. They will make shapes like you find on Tetris. But still, there's a video which shows.
But there never comes that one that you want.
No.
Never the straight one.
Yeah. But it's kind of fancy, the little cubes jumping on top of each other and attaching.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not even imaginable 20 years ago.
No, and like everything else, this is just, it's the first steps.
Does that mean
at some point...
Does that mean that we can go into space and have our own Star Trek adventures
in
our lifetime?
Please
promise me!
At some point we can into space!
I so want to. And the first thing I'm going to do is jack off in space.
Yeah.
Don't you want to come in space? That would be the first thing I would do. Let's see.
Yes, you said that already. Thank you.
Hey, just to see how it reacts in there.
Mm-hmm. How nice of you to appreciate this, scientific achievement with your dick.
That's what science for. Most advancements are for sexual pleasure.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, these robots are a really big step towards that. And no, but the question is actually serious. You think actually in our lifetime actually we're gonna get to that spot?
I'm basically kind of hoping that in my lifetime I will be killed by an autonomous robot.
That's the way you want to go?
Wouldn't that be great? Killer bot comes and fucks you over with a chainsaw attached to its fucking
Okay, you
forehead.
had me on chainsaw, you got me on that one. You hit me right in my 80s horror movie loving spot with that. You combined my love for no future thing for robots go rogue with 80s horror.
Yeah.
You had me on that one. Yeah, that's the way to go. A robot gone rogue with a chainsaw.
Yeah, or maybe some kind of land-based iteration of this one. There's a swimming robot that hunts jellyfish and shreds them.
Is it yellow and looks like a sponge?
No, I don't think so. And this one is from Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. I don't actually know, but I'm guessing south, because if it's in the north, it would be doing shredding something else than jellyfish.
Yeah, I think it would be more atomic as well.
Yes, quite. But oh, thank you. He's bothering me with a cat's tail, sticking it up my nose.
How dare you, sir? I would never do that.
I take this as a stand-in of his desire of sticking something of his in something of mine. Anywho, jellyfish elimination robotic swarm is what this thing is, and it's a group of robots floating on the surface of the water using camera and GPS to detect swarms of jellyfish.
Mm.
And then they catch them in a net and suck them into a propeller system, which will obviously shred the jellyfish.
I almost seen that, I think, only besides the shredding part, that's SpongeBob. They run with the net the whole time to catch them.
Great.
But what's the point of it, to shred the jellyfish?
Well, apparently, jellyfish attacks around the southwest coast of Korea alone have caused $279 million worth of damage and even deaths. So,
But
I guess jellyfish overpopulation is a big thing around the waters
so.
of Korea.
Was there not also a jellyfish that is kind of like basically a Doctor Who? You know, it's a jellyfish that completely can regenerate itself. It's basically immortal. There was a jellyfish out there, but I have to read up on that one. I hear it at some point, and it was just sounding so interesting and weird that it kind of part of it stuck in my brain.
Right, yeah.
The Doctor Who of the jellyfish just keeps regenerating.
Right. Yeah, okay. Sounds
Immortal unless outside forces.
immortal jellyfish. All right, yeah. But anyway, these little guys work in swarms where one robot will calculate where to move and the others will follow in a formation.
So they really plan out of their pattern.
And they're communicating wirelessly to each other.
In zeros and ones.
So basically, again, this doesn't seem to be so far off from, hunter-killer robots working in unison, going in formations.
Fuck yeah, because already the algorithm is going to working into that point. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Are we going to be soon really screwed?
I think we are. And again, we have like millions and millions of stories set around the fact that robots gain sentience and start killing people. And what are we doing? We're building some robots here.
Fuck yeah.
and might we have some AI and stuff like that? And obviously, jellyfish.
Let's be honest.
Hunting robots is not that big of a problem since they're out to sea,
But a small part of us would like to see the fucking Terminator 2 opening happening in reality.
And I guess that's the reason they're building these things.
That could happen. It's terrifying. Let's try it.
Yeah.
I bet it's cool.
And one more robot, this time from United States.
Is that a sexy robot that makes splashes? No, again, that would be Japanese.
Depends on your definition of what's sexy. Anyway, this one is from Boston Dynamics. It's called the Wildcat, and it's a machine that can bound and gallop like a horse or a cheetah.
Oh, you mean that fancy thing that's right on the TV screen, what you wanted to show me? And didn't show me up front?
At the moment, no, I didn't actually. We're gonna hear him in a while. Or her, I don't know. Or it. But that, at the moment, is the fastest untethered four-legged robot in the world.
Okay.
And the biggest challenge in making this thing is, or has been, the problem of if, while it is four-legged, to have it turn and recover its balance, to keep its balance.
Mm.
But apparently they've succeeded in that, and it's a fairly weird-looking thing. Although,
so what does it actually really do?
Well, at the moment it just runs around.
Okay.
But Boston Dynamics have been developing it together with Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA.
So make basically like robots for the tactical warfare, basically.
Yes. They're looking for a mobile robot that as a replacement for certain kinds of vehicles. So basically, carrying loads on different kinds of terrain. So what have we here, people? Humans making robots to go to war to. Anyway.
Sounds familiar from about dozen of movies.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, this current prototype runs on a petrol engine, which makes it sound pretty funny.
The volume on
in
that
case.
shit. Hit the volume button.
No, it's not. Hang on. Let's try that again.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
Stay with us. Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's like a chainsaw, and it's running serious revs, and it's not really doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, but no, that looks creepy. How it just got. It's like it jumps like a horse, but the rabies horse.
Yeah, and the knees are bending
Really?
backwards, basically, so it's looking like it's running backwards. But anyway, seriously, look at that.
But that's really fluent.
Yeah.
That's kind of really nice. It's really like horse-like.
Yeah, it's turning and it's able to do all.
But
kinds
what's
of
with the
things.
petrol? That's not a really good robot thing to do with.
No, but it's probably petrol engine is an easy and a cheap source of mobile power, so they're using that for now when maybe
Yeah, but
substituting
not
it
when
for-
the robots race up, because that's going to be when petrol is not anymore available.
Yeah. But seriously, it looks like an animal.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It definitely looks freaky, like hell, definitely. It actually, movement looked quite like it.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest, like the audio doesn't help the audience, because it's just like,
Yeah. Well, we'll give you the link to this and other science stories, I believe.
Yeah, so we're gonna make it in the description as well, but also when you listen, go just on the, well, I guess on the channel from Boston Dynamics, and it's introducing White Cat. That's the clip, so just check it out. It's really freaky, it's weird. And I really hope for that the fucking robots rise up.
Well, at least if they sound like that, we'll know when to hide.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But you always kind of could hear them. But they were hydraulic ones. So.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's. If I'd heard of this, I don't know, in the early 90s or whatever, I'd been like, yeah, sure. You'll have
sure. And tap him on the head.
Yeah, you have a robot that looks basically like a horse without a head, galloping around. Like, sure, yeah. Why would anyone want to fucking build that in the first place? And there we have it. We're living in the fucking future. It's the science fiction is.
We are living in the fucking damn future.
Science facts.
And you know what always... by the way, Tia stopped asking me if when I did something stupid. Why did you do it? Same also what you can relate to robots. My answer always is, because I could.
Yeah.
You just got a chance to, why not?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if it bites us in the ass in our lifetime.
Literally.
With big metal fangs.
Yeah, almost like in what's it? Death Machine.
Yeah.
The film, yeah. If you like some robot horror stuff, then check out that one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's about it for my science facts. I guess you had something to go with anyway.
So, do you want to go the non-penis route first or the penis route first?
So after I've introduced to you the 3 finest achievements of robotics to date,
I go to penises, yes.
Yes.
Animal penises.
Righty-ho.
No, but not necessarily, because actually what I wanted mostly to point out is kind of what I found was kind of really catch my view right away. It's like, well, the animal is called the hairy frog. What sounds kind of weird, but he's basically, how could you describe it the best? A fucking Wolverine of the frog world.
Okay.
He actually, when he gets attacked, he basically hits his paws on the ground, breaks his own bones that they stick out of his palms.
Okay.
And then he goes apeshit on the attacker.
Sounds like
Wolverine.
like someone who's got a bit of a mental problem.
Are you calling the Harry Frog mental?
I am actually.
But that's the closest we coming to Wolverine so far.
Well, yeah, but then what?
The comic book fan in me is kind of like, that's amazing.
Okay, well, after he stabbed the attacker with his bony bits, what happens then? He's got broken fucking wrists and hands and whatnot.
Well, he maybe doesn't plan that well ahead. But that's the closest we get to a superhero.
Okay. Fine.
You're not a big superhero fan, or the comic fan?
I'm not, no.
So it's not even a point to ask if you're DC or Marvel. Definitely DC. Even if we talked about Wolverine, but well. No, but I'm definitely a fucking DC guy. I love me some superhero stuff. Like, that's why I kind of, in this moment, kind of fucking like, well, that's pretty much fucking Wolverine.
I have an indie title, though, which is neither DC nor Marvel.
Bring it on.
Atomic Robo.
Atomic Robo?
Yeah, since we're talking about robots anyway, then why not?
Yeah, fucking bring it on, because I like me some indie comics.
Yeah.
That's how Walking Dead started out.
Yeah.
It was a great indie comic, and then it blew up in a TV show.
Yeah. Well, Atomic Robo tells the story of, well, Atomic Robo. He's a humanoid robot created by Nikola Tesla in 1923.
Yeah, like, because when they make the electricity laws, what they're gonna use, DC, AC,
Yeah.
they're gonna say, like, we're gonna use your stuff for lamps, and Tesla, we're gonna use your stuff in the background of Frankenstein movies.
Yeah.
That's basically what they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a really fantastic thing. If you're into science in any way, you'll really love this one, because it's got all kinds of supernatural emergencies. He's fighting giant ants, and there's a trip to Mars, a walking pyramid. Obviously, he'll be fighting through World War II, fighting Nazis, weird projects.
By the way, what would the world of movies and comics do without Nazis?
Yeah.
If that never would have happened. I mean, it's usually like it was the Russians or the Nazis.
Yeah.
That was the two things to go to.
And then I think his greatest nemesis, in my mind, is Dr. Dinosaur.
But don't. Oh, that sounds. I was thinking about don't spoil. But wait, Dr. Dinosaur, you have my attention. But okay, how many issues are we into that series?
There's 7 volumes at the moment.
Volumes, meaning like collective. Of
Yeah,
couple?
they've been collected from.
So we are talking about like what? About like 80 issues.
I'm not sure if they've been or how they've been published, but at the moment, at least, you can buy just combined volumes.
Oh, okay. He actually just handed me a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
It looks sweet. I'm just going to give it a...
The art is nice, and it references real world scientists. Apart from Tesla, there's
Do you have the first issue of that one?
that's the first one.
Oh, don't you Red 5?
It's in
Volume 1.
Yeah. And
You, sir, are gonna have to borrow that one if
Sure,
you have
why
read
not?
it.
Yeah.
It's on the air. He can't back down.
Yeah. But in addition to Nikola Tesla, there's obviously Edison, and in later volumes there's Carl Sagan, for example, and like I said, Dr. Dinosaur, and there's one.
Hey, seriously, dude, you sold me on it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands now on the comic at home. And actually, this time, because lately I only read the old from the 40s and 50s Batman comics on my cell phone,
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's kind of like I miss really going through a comic book actually, because it's like, and actually like that sounds interesting. I could actually make it physically going through the pages, so that sounds like really fucking great.
Yeah, it's a lovely combination of science fiction and science fact, definitely.
So I think I trust his opinion, so we backing up definitely Atomic Robo.
Yeah.
I think it's from Red 5 Comics, the publisher, so I guess support that one. Again, like, support the indie scene in any scenario, because they come usually up with the most creative things.
Yeah. But anyway, Go on with the penis stories.
No, actually, I think I wanted to. It sounds like a horny story because I'm not going to talk about the horny lizard. Well, actually, you actually think that sounds.
How am I supposed to keep a straight face with an introduction like that?
Yeah, you don't need to because it's audio. No, but the funny thing is,
people keep saying I have a face for radio.
Yeah, you're made for radio. But the horny lizard. So basically, you would think it's some sexual thing, but no, that dude is really weird. He actually kind of, when he's in distress, he puts pressure on his sinuses and sinus cavities until the blood vessel just bursts, and he basically sprays blood out of his eyes on his enemy. Tell me that this is not badass. I'm gonna rob you.
If I could shoot blood out of my eyes, I'd be doing it pretty much the whole day, every day.
Yeah, so far you only could shoot out blood out of your penis. Oh, wait, that was older time. No kidding, that never happened. No, but that would be badass though.
Yeah.
Because I basically just looked for like bizarre animal defenses.
Yeah.
So
because I mentioned that frog that would vomit its own
yeah,
insides
but I
out.
couldn't find him.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Alright. Well,
I was
in
really
the future.
busy doing other stuff, so
Maybe in the future.
Future. No, but another one also really okay, now we get a bit more sexual. Are you ready for sexy time?
Okay. Yeah, bring it
Sexy
on.
time.
Bring it on, big boy.
Yeah. So the bombardier beetle.
Yeah.
So if he gets attacked, he's shooting out a pulsating jet of foul boiling fluid out of his ass. What is basically really chemical toxic body fluids. What basically will melt the body of the animal. Well, I thought it was kind of very fucking hilarious. Like,
Why don't humans have anything cool like that?
yeah, it's kind of like when you get into a fight, you're kind of like, hey, you want to get some? Hey, what's up? Hey, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. But that dude just goes, you know what? And the other one melts. I think that's just fucking badass.
Yeah.
Do you want to get some penisy? You like it? You like himself some
Yeah, well,
penis?
you're gonna go there anyway, so
Yeah.
let's just get it over with.
You know that the dragonfly, actually, that his penis is shovel-shaped at the end. You know why?
Why?
Because to scoop out the rival sperm when he tries to impregnate it.
Okay.
So let's get all the old cum out here, like, I bet he has like a bucket on the side, like where he puts all the old cum off the other ones. Like,
I'm just digging around here, darling. Never you mind. We're gonna take a couple of minutes and then we'll get on with
yeah,
it.
like, Jesus, how many people have been? How much more? No, I just said that story I thought was kind of hilarious because of the shovel-shaped end of his penis.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, sloppy seconds, at least that's an animal that takes care of, like, at least I don't poke in the old jizz of the other ones.
And then...
And also, like, the banana slug. You know that
That's a hideous fucker.
Yeah, but you know actually that their penis is kind of on the head area? Plus, it kind of, they're omnisex, so they can act as both sex. But it usually happens in most times because they have to be the perfect size together, otherwise the penis gets stuck. And what better solution to solve that problem as that the other partner bites off that cock? Nom 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 nom.
Right, so first you have a dick on your forehead and then the other guy bites it off.
Yeah, that's basically what they do.
Nice.
Isn't that fucking rude? I mean, it's like, hey, I have sex with you, so like, I know I might be not the best lover, but that's no reason to bite it off. I mean, just give me a shot, let me train, I can be better than that. It's not like one chance and then you're out. It's at least in baseball you have 3 outs, 3 fouls and then you're out,
Well, Here we go again. Science. Giving you nightmares since whenever.
So again, I guess you are the more like scientific one, and I have like, oh, penises.
Well, you can have dreams of galloping robots coming to bite your dick away. That's just one idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so lucky for you listeners as well to think of this stuff.
But how long we are now in, by the way?
1:20.
Yeah, I think it's like almost 8 o'clock now here. Still have things to do. Well, we have at least that we know when we now stop, we have actually like now a shitload of stuff for the other one episode. So.
Well, anyway, happy dreams.
And again, like the quick shout out for our weird internet addresses. Like you can find us on Twitter at WANHTPY. And of course our blog is gonna be wearenotheretoPleaseYou.blogspot.fi, and our email wearenotheretoPleaseYou@gmail.com, and of course in Facebook we at We Are Not Here to Please You. So we hope for responses, and if you have more cool sci facts or robot stuff or game stuff or what you would like to hear, so just write in and just give us a fucking response.
Yep.
And don't forget to share it if you like that podcast. If you're one of the 2 people that like it.
We're desperate.
No, but I'm happy to end another episode of We Are Not Here to Please You. My name is Raphael.
I'm R2.
And we wish you a good night.
Fuck off. Bye-bye.